Yeah, 20 plus possible return types are there, 20 plus parameter types are there, but we take the things as required. We take the things as needed, right? Yeah. Here is my handler mapping component. Yeah. See, there are so many view component. Using which component, right view component will be decided, view resolve. There are so many handler or controller classes, but using which component, right handler class and handler method is decided, handler mapping component. Yes. Handler mapping component. It is the component with whom dispatchers are let hand over the request. This component uses reflection API support internally to search for handler method in all controller classes, finding the matched handler method, and it gives that controller class bean ID and handler method signature back to dispatcher servlet to make dispatcher servlet calling that handler method on controller class object. To make dispatcher servlet calling that handler method on controller class object. Are you getting my point? All handler mapping classes are ready-made classes implementing what? Handler mapping interface directly or indirectly. Either directly or indirectly, this one. Spring MVC API gives a lot of predefined handler mapping classes for different situations. Mostly there will not be any need of developing what? Custom handler mapping classes. We have a lot of ready-made handler mapping classes we can work with. Bean name URL handler mapping, controller class name handler mapping, simple URL handler mapping. Useful in XML driven configurations of Spring MVC applications, boss. Come on. Default annotation handler mapping. Useful in what? Annotation driven configuration of Spring MVC applications, guys. Come on, everyone. Next, request mapping, handler mapping. Default in annotation driven configuration from 5.x. It is also default in what? Spring Boot MVC application. Conclusion, in latest versions of Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC application, directly and indirectly we use what? Request mapping, handler mapping class as what? Handler mapping component. Super guys. In Spring Boot MVC application, the request mapping, handler mapping class comes automatically as what? Spring Bean through auto configuration and will be pre-instantiated automatically by using what? Dispatcher servlet created IOC container. Luckily, we need not to do anything, everything. Spring MVC application can be deployed only in what? External servers like Tomcat, Wildfly. Spring Boot MVC application can be deployed in what? External servers or embedded servers of the application itself. Okay. And when you run the Spring Boot MVC application, you will get built-in embedded servers. How we got? Uh, Along with the application start only, you will get the server. No need of installing server separately. The Spring Boot MVC gives embedded Tomcat, embedded Jetty, embedded under Tau servers. What servers, guys? Embedded Tomcat, embedded Jetty, embedded under Tau servers, right? Right. This component takes LVN, logical view name. This component, view resolver, guys. I'm introducing one by one. This component take what? Logical view name given by controller through dispatcher servlet and maps are links with what? Physical view component name and location and also gives the view object. View interface implementation class object having that physical view component name and location. Very simple, guys. View resolver takes logical view name, token name. Somehow it talks to property file or something. It will get name and location of the physical view component, nothing but JSP file name, Angular file. returns view object having name and physical, what is there? Having a name and location of the physical view component. Simply having name and location of the physical view component. Okay. View resolver does not execute view component. View resolver identifies name and location of physical view component and gives those details to dispatcher servlet in the form of what? View object. Super. All view resolver component classes are implementing what? View resolver interface directly, indirectly. Again, see, handler mapping means it is not object of handler mapping interface. It is the object of a class that implements handler mapping interface. View resolver means it is not object of what? View resolver interface. It is the object of a class that implements what? View resolver interface. Is that clear, guys? Come on. Okay. Most of the times we work with what? Ready-made view resolver. That means there is no need of developing what? User-defined view resolver. There is no need of developing what, guys? User-defined. And we have a lot of ready-made view resolvers now, boss. Internal resource view resolver, URL based view resolver, resource bundle view resolver, XML view resolver, tile view resolver, bean name view resolver. Come on. Like this, we have a lot of view resolvers are not there, guys. Come on, everyone, getting my point. Internal resource view resolver will become Spring Bean automatically through auto configuration. To supply inputs to this view resolver, we place entries in what? Application.properties or what? YML file. I said, na? View resolver takes the support of properties file. Take the support of what? Properties file. Okay. Definitely takes the support of property file and returns view object having name and location of the physical view component. Okay, those entries you have to write in what? Application.properties. How to write those entries? Spring.mvc.view.prefix slash webinf slash pages slash. This will contain location of the physical view component. What is there? Location of the physical view component. Spring.mvc.view.suffix is equal to .jsp. This will contain what? Extension of the file. This is location, this is extension. But how total physical view component name comes, guys? Internal resource view resolver takes the logical view name. Let us assume X. Appends prefix and suffix to that. So overall it becomes what? Slash webinf slash pages slash x.js slash webinf slash pages slash x.jsp. Are you understanding my statement, guys? So overall, what is there? Name and location of the physical view component will come or not, guys? The name and location of the physical view component will come or not? I want reply, my dear. Come on, everyone. Super, guys. If the controller, if controller supplied logical view name is home, then the physical view component will be prefix plus logical view name plus suffix. Okay, what is the prefix? Slash webinf slash pages slash. Logical view name home. Suffix JSP. Overall slash webinf slash pages slash home dot JSP. Prefix plus logical view name plus suffix. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on, everyone. Okay. This is my view object. In that view object, name and location of the physical view component is there or not there? Yeah, this view object goes to whom? Dispatcher servlet. From there, it will gather name and location of physical view component. Dispatcher servlet execute that JSP file. Their presentation logic format the result. Formatted results comes to what? Dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet sends finally that formatted result to browser as response or not, guys. Dispatchers are result to browser as response or not, guys. Come on. Yeah, this physical view component name and location goes to dispatcher servlet from view resolver in the form of view object. Dispatcher's servlet gathers physical view component name and location from view object and uses rd.forward or some other technique internally to execute what? Physical view component. To simply literally execute what, guys? Physical view component. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Okay. Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC recommends to keep JS files or pages in what? Private area of the web application. I think up to this is clear, my dear. How internal resource view resolver will pick up the name and location of the physical view component. It will depend upon two entries in properties file. One is spring.mvc.view.prefix, where name, location of the view component is there, and spring.mvc.u.suffix will have what? Extension of the view component or not, guys. Okay. If you want to configure other view resolver classes as additional classes, then we need to use what? @bean method support in configuration class or what? Spring Boot application class. In configuration class or what? Spring Boot application class, guys. But by default, you are going to work with what? Internal resource view resolver. Okay. See, guys. Handler class we have to develop by using @controller. Inside that handler method by using request mapping annotation. Dispatcher servlet ready-made. Handler mapping ready-made, you need not to do anything. View resolver by default ready-made, but to supply name and location of the physical view component, you have to add some entries in what? Properties file using two keys. One is prefix, one is suffix. Clear, right? Okay. But now question is, if you develop a normal web application, HTML file, JSP file, we keep inside WebINF folder or outside WebINF folder? Outside WebINF folder, not inside. Recollect, we keep parallel to WebINF. Parallel to WebINF means what? That inside WebINF or outside WebINF? That is definitely what? Outside WebINF. That is not inside WebINF, that is what? Outside WebINF. No doubt in that. That is not inside, that is what? Outside. Parallel to WebINF is outside, Nabas. But Spring MVC says, whenever you are taking JSPs, it's recommended to place them inside the WebINF. Inside WebINF, classes folder is there. Inside classes, servlet component Java class. Okay. Outside WebINF, HTML file, JSP file, images, audio, video files will be. You know one thing? WebINF and its subfolders of the web application come under what? Private area of the web application. What area, guys? Private area of the web application. Come on. Outside WebINF area is called public area of the web application. What area of the web application, guys? Public area. Super. WebINF and its subfolders are called private area of the web application. Outside WebINF place is called as what? Public area of the web application. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Spring MVC says whatever view components you are taking, don't place them in public area. Place them in private area. That means inside WebINF you have to place. Inside WebINF, you can place in pages folder. You can place in what? JSP folder. That this is not standard. WebINF only standard folder. What is the reason, sir? Number one, to access private area content, definitely permission from IOC container is required. Without permission from Servlet container is required. Without permission, no one can enter into private area. That means security is good now, boss. Observe. Servlet is placed in webinf/classes folder without writing in configuration in web.xml. Any outsider can request Servlet component? No. But JSP's HTMLs are there in what? Public area. People can happily request without doing any configuration about those files or not, guys. Security is good or not, guys? Come on. Okay. Yeah, that's the reason JSP says you may place JSPs outside, but I personally recommend you people to place what? JSP HTML files in what? Private area of the web application. Yes, my dear. That's why you observe when it comes to location also, I have taken one WebINF/pages. That means I'm trying to specify location inside the WebINF area or not, guys. Inside the WebINF area or not, guys. Come on. See. HTML JPGs, but Spring MVC says recommended to place JSPs in what? Public area. Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC recommends to keep JSP files or pages. Array, any tag-based programming files are called pages. HTML files are HTML pages. JSP files are called JSP pages. In private area of the web application. WebINF folder and its subfolders is called private area of the web application. Outside WebINF area folder and subfolders are called public area of the web application. Are you getting my point? Public area of the web application. Only the underlying server or container can use what? Private area components directly. If any outside request wants to use the same component, then we need to give what? Special instruction to our container to get permission. Example, servlet component. Array, servlet is there in classes folder of WebINF. Without configuring about servlet in web.xml, can I give request to servlet component, guys? No. Public area web components can be used by outsider and container server directly without having any permission. HTML JSP files placed outside WebINF folder. Placed what? Outside WebINF folder can be requested directly or not, guys. Can be requested directly or not, guys. Come on, everyone. Super. So far we have placed HTML JSP files in what? Public area of the web application, but it is recommended to place in what? Private area of web application to get following advantages. To simply get what advantages, guys? Following advantages. Okay. Number one, if it is there in private area, no outsider can access, can give direct request to what, guys? JSP pages. If JSP page is reading and displaying what? Risk scope data given by servlet component. Since there is no possibility of giving direct request, the JSP page will never display what? Null values. Okay, think like this. Browser is giving request to servlet. Servlet is getting current score of IPL from database and passing to JSP. JSP is formatting score and getting back to servlet and sending to browser. This is the original flow. If JSP is there in private area, can I give direct request to JSP? No. So always request should be given to servlet only, na boss? Okay. If I give direct request to JSP, okay, without giving to servlet, what happened? I may get the ugly values or not, guys. Why? Your logic is there to get the score and to format the score. Without giving request to servlet, if I give request to JSP, no score is there. No score means what? Okay, null values will come. Null values or ugly values are not there. If JSP is there outside web in a public area, there is a chance of giving direct request to JSP na boss. Come on, my dear. If that same JSP is there, come on, in private area, can I give direct request to JSP page? No. Can I give direct request to JSP page, guys? No. Not possible. Not at all possible. Not possible. What is there? Not at all possible. Can I give direct request to JSP page, guys? I want reply from you people, guys. Come on. Can I give direct request to JSP page? No, I cannot give. Is there any possibility of giving direct request to JSP page? Not possible. Because it's there in private area. So then I will be forced to give to servlet. Servlet gets the score from database, passes to JSP and passes that one to browser. Passes that one to servlet display. So we can avoid ugly values by keeping JSP in private area or not there, guys. Come on. That's advantage number one. We are able to hide JSP file or page from outsider. That means we can hide the technology of the website from outsiders or not, guys. That means we get the protection from hackers. We definitely get the protection from hackers. What do you say, guys? We definitely, certainly get protection from what? Hackers, no doubt in that. Super, guys. Tell me, boss. In Eclipse IDE, only web app folder content becomes what? Public area or deployment. SRC main Java content, WebINF folder content internally becomes what? Private area content of the deployment. Okay. Listen, this entire section, SRC main Java subfolders, all these things are there now. Goes to WebINF classes folder internally become private area content. Even under web app, WebINF, web.xml is there na. They also go become web app folder, whatever content is there, that become public area. But again, WebINF content is there, become what? Private area. Total two things become private area. SRC main Java packages content, SRC main Java folder packages content, and inside WebINF content become private area. Whatever you keep in web app folder, that content becomes what? Public area. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on, everyone. What are the advantages of keeping JSPs in what? Private area. Number one, we can hide JSP from outsider. So we are hiding the technology of the website. We can get protection from hackers. Number two, let us assume JSP is reading data from servlet and displaying. If JSP is having public area, we can give direct request. Since no data, without giving request to servlet, no data in JSP, you will get ugly values. Suppose if JSP is there in private area, we cannot give direct request. That's good. So we give request to whom? Servlet. Servlet talks to whom? Database. Gets the data, gives to JSP. JSP format. Formatted result comes to servlet. Servlet passes to browser. Everything happens super perfect or not, guys? Everything happens in super perfect mode or not, guys? Come on, everyone. Super, boss. Generally, if JSP page is there in private area, then its configuration in web.xml is mandatory, having URL pattern. But the internal resource view resolver or Spring MVC can locate or identify JSP pages of private area directly without mapping the JSP page or file into URL pattern in web.xml. Nothing is there. Internal resource view resolver of um, Spring Boot MVC can locate the JSPs of private area directly, though you have not configured JSP files in web.xml file. We place the JSP pages in Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC application in the following folders: webinf/pages, webinf/JSP, webinf/view folder. Here, pages, JSP, view folders are user-defined folders. We can take any name. So these are non-standard folder, any name you can take. Pages is quite recommended, guys. See, guys, webinf classes lib. These are the standard folder. You cannot change those names. Remaining all folder names in web application directory structure is what? Our choice. Any name we can give. Any name we can give. Webinf classes lib folder and web.xml file names are what? Standard names in web application development. Remaining folders are what? Non-standard. That means we can take any name for them. That means we can take any name for them. Okay, guys. Right. So with this, what I introduced, dispatchers are like ready-made. You need not to develop. You need not to configure. You need not to enable load on startup. Everything happens internally. Controller class, you have to develop. Controller annotation for handler method, request mapping annotation. Handler mapping coming through auto configuration, no need of doing anything. View resolver coming through auto configuration, no need of doing everything, but that needs some inputs, prefix and suffix that we are going to give in properties file, right? Okay. Okay. Lastly, JSP files. Okay, you can take any name, anything, but it's recommended to place in private area. No problem. Internal resource view resolver is capable of locating them nicely. Okay, na boss? Right. Now, come to the actual discussion, my dear. I want to develop my first application. Nothing is there. When I give request, private area JSP file should come as a first page of the web application, home page of the web application. Very simple requirement. I type URL in the address bar. Okay. After through everything, okay, JSP page that is there in private area should be displayed as home page of the website, first page of the website. This is my requirement. Shall we start analyzing that, guys? Come on. Okay, let's start analyzing that. Yeah, let's start. Browser window. What is this? Browser window. Protocol, host name, port number of server, project number, request path, home is there. But that is number one. I'm giving of what is that? Storyboard. What I want to develop, all things I'm putting in one place. This is called storyboard, guys, right? Code-based flow of execution. Who traps and takes the request? Dispatcher, sir. Handovers the request to who? Handler mapping. Number four, handler mapping looks for such a handler method in controller class whose request path is home na boss. Found here or not there. Public string show home page. Request path is home is there or not there. Right. Number five. Number five, what happens? This handler mapping component gathers this controller class bean ID, this handler method signature, passes to dispatcher servlet or not there. That is number five. Number six, dispatcher servlet submits controller class bean ID to IOC container. Say something, my dear. Submits controller class bean ID to whom, guys? IOC container. What do you say, guys? Come on. Okay, guys. IOC container. That's good. IOC container and calls happily handler method are not there. Right now, work is to display home page, no business logic, nothing. It is just returning logical view name welcome or not, some token about the JSP page to display. Number 6, calling the method. Number 7, returning logical view name, right? Okay. Number 8, dispatcher servlet receives that logical view name. Number 9, gives that logical view name to view resolver. Use this logical view name to what? View resolver. That is number 9, my dear. Come on, everyone. Number 10, this logical view name gives me what? View object. Inside this view object, name and location of the physical view component will be there or not there. Name and location of the physical view component will be there or not there, guys. I want reply, my dear. Come on. Okay, guys. Slash webinf slash pages welcome.jsp. Why? What is the logical view name? Welcome. Okay. What is the formula to get the physical view component? Prefix plus logical view name plus suffix. What is the prefix? Slash webinf slash pages. What is the welcome? Logical view name. What is JSP? Suffix. We got the view object having name and location of the physical view component are not there. Super, guys. Tell me. That is number 10. This view object goes to whom, guys? Dispatcher servlet. That is 11. Dispatcher servlet somehow goes to that physical view component and executes the welcome.jsp. That is what, guys? 12. And coda welcome.jsp executes, my dear, 13. This executed code output, whatever output is there, that goes to dispatcher servlet now, my dear, 14. Come on. And this output goes to browser and will be as a response. And that response will be displayed in the browser as a dynamic web page. What is that, my dear? 15. That is going to be 15 or not, guys? That is really going to be 15 or not, guys? Say something, my dear. This is nothing but storyboard of the application that I want to develop. Super, guys. Okay, number 1. What is there, guys? Number 1. Once again, I am repeating, guys. Target is displaying the home page. Private area JSP page as the I typed URL in the browser address bar. Number 2. Dispatcher servlet traps and takes a request. Number 3. Hand overs a request to handler mapping. Number 4. Handler mapping searches for that handler method whose request path is home in the controller classes. Number 5. Handler mapping collect controller class bean ID. Okay, handler method signature passes to dispatcher servlet. That's what I said. Spring MVC flow almost every day we study. Right? Okay. So that's why flow we never forget, because whatever flow I talked again, I am telling here, na. Number 5. Number 6. Controller class bean ID submitted to IOC container. From there he got controller class object. On that handler method is called na boss. That is 6. Code in handler method executed. Right now, no business logic. Just returning logical view name. Okay, that is 7. That logical view name goes to whom? Dispatcher servlet, 8. That is gone to what? View resolver, 9. By appending prefix plus logical view name plus suffix, it has prepared a view object. That is 10. That view object gone back to whom? Dispatcher servlet. That is 11. Okay. Dispatcher servlet goes to Name and location of the physical view component. That is 12. That is what? 12. Tell me. Goes to name and location of physical view component. That is what? 12. Followed by that. Followed by that. Executes the code in what? Physical view component. This code generated output comes to whom? Dispatcher servlet 14. Come on. And dispatcher servlet output goes to whom, guys? Browser 15. And that output will be displayed in the browser as dynamic web page or not, guys? Simply as the dynamic web page, it will be displayed or not, my dear? I hope you convinced, my dear. Come on, everyone. Right. So this application I want to develop practically. Spring Boot MVC allows to use web application in two ways. As a standalone web application, this application runs in embedded Tomcat server or Jetty or Undertow server of the Spring Boot application itself. Servers are embedded. No need of arranging separate server. Very useful in dev and test environment where we are not ready to spend separate menu and memory for installing web server. This application can be packed as jar file which contains what? Web application plus embedded Tomcat or Jetty or Undertow server. Number 2, deployable web application. This application runs in external server of the application. It is a separate WAR file to manage. This application can be deployed in any web server or application server. This is very useful in what? Production environment. What environment? Production. In Spring Boot MVC application, the default embedded server is what? Tomcat. But we can also configure Jetty, Undertow as embedded servers. Spring MVC supports Spring MVC, only deployable application development, whereas Spring Boot MVC supports standalone web application development and deployable web application development. Both can be done. Not one thing, guys. Both can be done. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super. The server software that is installed separately and configured for our web application is called what? External server. What server, guys? External server. Array. Installed Tomcat, Jetty, Undertow, and etc. server. The server software that comes as what? In-memory server in the execution of Spring Boot MVC application is called as what? Embedded server. Embedded Tomcat, embedded Jetty. We don't develop them, they come automatically. Super, guys. In cloud-based application development and deployment, companies are preferring to use what? Embedded server in dev and test mode environment of the project. And the same companies are using what? External server for UAT production mode environment of the project. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay, guys. Embedded server in dev test mode. And the same companies are using external servers for what? UAT and production mode environment of the project. In cloud, guys, cloud or local, development and testing embedded is good. In UAT, release after test after release and production, they prefer working with what? External server. They prefer dealing with what, guys? External servers. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on. Okay. Yes. Let's go for 515. Can we develop our first application? I'll make sure that this application is deployed in external server embedded server, both, right? Okay, first two applications are bit crucial. Focus to the max, but simple application. Private area JSP should be displayed as what? Home page through controller class handler method. Through what? Controller class handler method. Apart from that, nothing great. This one. Yes, my dear. Yeah. So far, we developed standalone application. Packaging type is jar. Here also you can take it, but that time we can work with only embedded Tomcat. But if you take where, I can work with embedded Tomcat and external Tomcat. First, what I do is I will try to configure external Tomcat with the Eclipse IDE so that I can run my application in embedded Tomcat, external Tomcat. Tomcat 11 is the latest version. Let me try whether it is working or not. 10.1 working according to the version. 11 support is there or not there. I want to check, but let me try what is there in that. Preferences. I think in advanced Java, you might have studied how to configure, right? External Tomcat. Super guys. Tell me here, general, tell me next one. Servers, general servers. That's great. Runtime environments. Array, I already installed Tomcat 11 in my computer. Don't ask me how to install. I think everyone knows Servlet JSP. There you might have studied how to install Tomcat. Right. Online students. Now don't say I don't know servlets. Okay. Tell me here. Tomcat 11. Latest Eclipse is supporting 11. That's good. Say next. Browse the installation folder of Tomcat 11. Okay, guys. D drive. Here is my what? Tomcat 11.x. You choose that folder where bin directory is there. Save, finish, apply and close. This is my servers tab. This is my what? Servers tab. Yes, boss. Tell me. Right click, new server. Okay, new server 11.0. Say next. Say next. Say finish. Okay, server is ready. Now onwards, I can start the server here. I can stop the server here. Let's check. I think started. I during installation, I have chosen. Oh, what's the problem? Port numbers are busy. Okay, no problem. Just double click, guys. It's saying that port numbers are busy. Let's change some other port name. Yeah. Here, some port number clash is coming, guys. Let's choose some other port number, right? Okay. HTTP 7777. This is not there. Okay. You try to give us next number for that. What is there? 7799. Okay. So one number here and there you give 77980. Okay. You save it. It's been saved. Right click. Say start. Say save. Super, guys. That's great, guys. Here is the story. Server is study. Okay. You are ready with the server. Level 1 completed. Now, we have to create a project now, my dear. Yes. New others Spring Starter project. Say next. Say next. Okay. What's the name of the project? What's the name of the project? Name of the project here is, okay, name of the project is, let's start a new rhythm, guys. Boot MVC pros 01. What is this? First application. Some name. Boot MVC pros 01. Even only packaging is what? WAR file. Packaging is what? WAR file. Java version 21. Language Java. That's good. Say next. What is the starter you want to add? Spring Web Starter I want to add. What starter, guys? Spring Web Starter I want to add. Yeah, bit slow, guys. Yeah. Spring Web Starter I want to add. Say next. Say finish. Say next, say finish. Okay, guys. This we got it, guys. Okay. Okay, that's there, guys. That is definitely there. Okay, we are ready with the project. Where is the project? Boot MVC pros. Yeah. Boot MVC pros first application. What application? First. Okay, that's good. Followed by this, where is this? Java resources. Yeah. New, what is there? Package. Package. com.nt.controller. Yeah, right now small application, one package is enough. See guys, controller. Next, go to SRC main web app. Web app extra came na? Okay, right. Now I want to keep JSP in private area. So first under web app, let me put what? WebINF folder. What folder? WebINF folder. Under WebINF, tell me. Let me put pages folder. What folder, guys? Pages folder. Okay, right. Okay, shall we start the development? I need not to develop dispatcher servlet, guys, because it's a ready-made servlet. Look at the jars that are coming. Libraries, Maven dependencies. Okay, there are a lot of jars. Spring web version dot jar. Spring web MVC version dot jar. There, web dot servlet. In that one, dispatcher servlet class is there na boss. So you need not to develop the dispatcher servlet. Right. Okay. We have given a request. Who traps and takes dispatcher servlet readily there. Handovers to whom? Handler. That also comes automatically through auto configuration. That looks for what? Handler method whose request path is slash home. Whose request path is what? Slash home. Right, boss? Whose request path is slash home. Right click, guys, new class. New class. Tell me. My home. Okay, 1 minute, one. Show home. Show home controller. Some name, some meaningful name. Show home controller. Show home controller. Still it is booting up. Give some time, give some time. Show home controller. Yeah. At the rate controller. Where is this? At the rate control. At the rate request mapping. At the rate request mapping slash. What is there? slash not home. Sorry, here not this. We have to add on the top of this public string. Where is this? Public string. Here is my show home. Show home. Request mapping slash home. Request mapping slash home. Return logical view name. Return logical view name. Here I will write home. Logical view name home. Okay. Now this will go to dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet gives to view resolve. Internal resource view resolve. What guys? Internal resource view resolver. But observe very carefully, boss. That is ready automatically coming Spring Boot. That is coming automatically through auto configuration, right? That is coming automatically through what? Auto configuration, right, boss? Okay. Yeah. Followed by that, what is there, boss? Show home controller. It is coming automatically through auto configuration. So this logical view name goes to whom? View resolver. View resolver is, but view resolver is expecting some inputs now, boss. Okay, prefix and suffix from where? Application dot property. So let's update that. Yeah. View resolver inputs configuration. Spring dot. What is this? View dot. Spring dot MVC dot view dot prefix. Spring dot MVC dot view dot prefix. Okay, fine. Spring dot MVC dot view dot prefix. Spring dot MVC dot, what is there? Suffix dot JS. We are ready with this one. Definitely we are ready with this one or not there. Okay. Super boss. Tell me now. This internal use view object having name and location of the physical view component welcome.jsp. So now dispatch servlet wants to call and execute welcome.jsp, right? Wants to call and execute what? Welcome.jsp. Okay, shall we see how to deal with welcome.jsp, guys? Main. Where is this? Web app. What is this? Pages. Here I am taking welcome.jsp. JSP file. Nothing great. Some code we keep in this. Welcome.jsp. Say next. Say finish. Anything great? Whatever storyboard I have given code-based flow, same thing is reflecting over here now, my dear. That's a first plan everything, then develop it. Yeah, this is the basic JSP page, guys. What is this? H1 style, color colon red. What is this? Text hyphen align center. Welcome to Spring Boot MBs. What is there? Welcome to Spring Boot MBs. This is really done or not done? Yes. Okay.
This meeting is being recorded.
I can give any name that should start with what? Slash. Okay. Right click, run as, what is there? Java application. Right click, run as Java application. Okay, guys. Okay. Tell me here, what is this? Right. 4041. 4041. All right, boss. Come on, everyone. First app/home. Welcome to Spring Boot MVC application. We are able to bring context part into the picture or not, guys? We are able to bring context path into the picture or not, guys? So that means by default JSP container is not coming. We have to add it manually. For that one, we have to use what? Some extra things. For that one, we have to use what? Some extra thing. Is that clear, guys? Come on, everyone. Okay. So this is how we have to develop our what? First application. I think this document I shared yesterday itself. Okay, go ahead. Complete the first application development and come for tomorrow class.